It's been a super busy second half of the year for Nintendo when it comes to game releases, so much so that when you look at November and December, it's almost shocking how barren those months are for game releases outside of Pokemon. That's completely fine with me though, as I would still love to do a hero mode run on Link's Awakening, get through the impossible lair in Yooka-Laylee, find 100 hours to complete The Witcher 3, find another 100 hours and pick up Dragon Quest 11, see what all the rigmarole is about that Goose Game, grab those other indies I missed like Ori, Hat in Time, and Castle Crashers. I would love to get back into Super Mario Maker, and of course enjoy me some Luigi's Mansion 3 and Pokemon Sword and Shield, just to name a few of my plans for the holiday season. So what about a November Nintendo Direct? Nintendo's signature show has, after all, made an appearance in the month of Thanksgiving every year since 2013 in some form or fashion, with their holiday load being busted before the end of October, again outside of Pokemon, and an early look in the 2019 already being showcased this past September. Is a Nintendo Direct even warranted? Well, us fans have sort of an algorithm for these Nintendo Directs, and of course the internet is already starting to swirl with speculation of a November Direct happening this year as well. Why do some believe this to be true? And what could this one even entail? Today we're going to look back at Nintendo's past to see if we can predict their future. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel as we talk about the reason a Direct could happen next month. Let's start with the obvious, the holidays. If there's one time a year that people are loose with their wallets, it's the holidays. I would imagine any company out there would love to be in the minds of the consumer before they cut their Thanksgiving celebrations short to go shopping for Black Friday. Nintendo Directs are a massive success for the company, almost always topping trending charts on YouTube and Twitter when one drops. Nintendo has come up with a brilliant marketing solution with these directs that bring eyes on them through social media. Having a strong social media presence in conjunction with a good advertising campaign gives Nintendo a good chunk of consumer mindshare over their competitors going into the shopping season. Outside of financial motivation though, these directs are made for Nintendo to get their message out to their fans of their products directly through their own video platform. And if you research their habits of video releases, you can clearly see that November has always been a part of their direct strategy even from the beginning, and has consecutively made an appearance around this time since the inception of Nintendo Directs back in 2011. Well, in 2011 and 2012 it was late October, but still fits that holiday season window. Nintendo has also used this time slot in different ways throughout the year to relay very different types of messages to their consumers with the way they changed the format of these November Directs. They were used to either promote their holiday release schedule, give us an idea of what the future releases may be for the following year, or has been used to hone in on one certain title highlighted from their holiday releases. The very first Nintendo Direct was presented on October 21st of 2011 here in America, and if you were to go back and watch it now, you can see how lackluster it was compared to modern Directs. No silly little skits, no big announcements, no surprise ending. This Direct was used to highlight their holiday lineup and promote smaller eShop releases for their shiny new console, the 3DS at the time. Did I mention this video was only a little over 7 minutes long? As the Directs evolved, so did Nintendo's message. And in the following years, we'd be treated to bigger shows that would showcase those bigger end-of-the-year game releases, giving us new details on those titles, and even spoiling some, like Rosalina being in Super Mario 3D World as a hidden character, or they would entertain us with skits about donuts, and most importantly, surprise us with game premieres like Majora's Mask 3D, and Cloud freaking Strife making it to the Smash roster, which is still one of the most hyped Direct moments to date. How Nintendo has used that time slot in recent years has changed, however. It seems like Nintendo is more focused on using September as a catalyst to deliver their holiday message, with some first quarter releases sprinkled in, and of course there's some teases for the following year, while January and February are used to fill out the rest of the picture for their immediate future. That doesn't mean that November has been completely thrown out of their direct strategy, however, as there's still been one every recent year despite being scaled down from its former glory. There was even a Direct back in 2016, which was of course the great drought of Nintendo news, as Nintendo was still figuring out their future after the loss of their president, Mr. Iwata, and the launch of the Switch. That Direct was strictly focused on a very generous update to Animal Crossing New Leaf, And the following next 2 years, that slot was given to their big holiday releases, with Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and last year's hit Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. That leaves us with this year. Will Nintendo keep the tradition up by giving us a November Direct, or will they finally buck tradition and show us more of their hand early next year? Well, we know that this past September's Direct didn't leave much to our imagination in terms of this year's releases, and even gave us a good look into Q1 of next year, with looks at games like Xenoblade Chronicles and Animal Crossing New Horizon. And Pokemon is pretty much all that's left for the big first-party releases this year, and that game's been showcased to death already. So do I think we're going to be getting a Direct this year? Yes I do. But why? And what will it even feature? Although I don't think, at least for Nintendo's current strategies, November will ever be as big of a Direct as it once was, I'm a sucker for tradition, and predict that they're not skipping 2019 in terms of a self-contained Direct. What will it be? Pokemon. I know I literally just said that they've shown a ton of it already, but so did they Smash last year, and that didn't stop them from giving a 40-minute presentation of new information last November in that Direct. Besides, we've only seen a handful of new Pokemon, and haven't even seen the starters' evolutions at all. Outside of new Pokemon, I'm not sure what they'll show, but if they announce a Pokemon Direct for next month, we'll probably try to do a prediction video in lieu of it. That's the safest bet, but if I were speculating for fun, Terry Bogard needs a proper place to be showcased. And what about that final DLC character for the first round of DLC? Smash Direct? Mario Maker 2 could use a mini Direct to discuss a shiny new update featuring a new game style. Another Animal Crossing Direct? Probably too early, but I wouldn't complain. Do you think we're getting a Nintendo Direct soon? Make sure to tell us in the comment section below. And if you haven't done so already, please like this video and subscribe to the channel, as we would really appreciate it. And for more on Nintendo Direct, stay tuned to the Weekend Moblin.